Chapter 7 Hard Truths. While some journeys came to an end, three powerful men were ready to put a much needed end to a long and painful chapter in their lives. The end of the Martron Company was at last at hand. The task force that went to Lagoon Castle a while back had finally connected the dots to the mystery, which was the whereabouts of the Martron Company. Guri and Rain found strange addresses in old invoices from the Empire's purchases of the Martron tech. Each had a different site within the Lagoon Galaxy. However, all of them seemed to circle around one small solar system that was on the outer edge of the galaxy. For their part, Dan and Arturo found unique materials from within the damaged bots. They took the material and then began to analyze it. They discovered that the material was only found in one planet in the far reaches of the galaxy. So the two groups put their data together and found the one planet that the Martron Company could be held. It was Planet Paul. Now the three leaders were briefed by their men on where the place was. It was now time to act. They began to train hard and long for this long trip ahead. Only they could put down the last foe to their cause themselves. For the late Regal Bosch and his dream that brought these three clans together, Alteron Pole, Alfred Krishon, and Xanastron set out to destroy the Martron Company for good. Inside the Martron Inc. building. After hacking into the security systems of the Martron building, the force fields and camera systems were down. So this made it easy for all three leaders to walk inside the building without fail. Sano, I can't believe I'm saying this in my old age, but Regal, this fight is for you. Alfie, right. After this, my mother's soul could finally rest in peace. Otarion, I waited so long for this day to come. It's a shame that so many had to die before we found this place. Now let us give them hell, gentlemen. All hell, yo! In fact, the battle had begun. The big size of Sean, the sword bear Krishon, and the skills of Paul rocked the place. The Martron pulled out all the stops. They had armed goons with guns. They also had bots and giant mechs, similar to the ones they gave to the Empire. Martron also had new serpent-like bots that shoot out electric bullets at you. The three leaders were impressed by all this, as each new floor of the tower of the building was filled with a different combination of foes. Sana, I'm glad we trained for this, because my old boons would have been dead from the 12th floor. Auditorium, 12th floor? I thought this was the 8th floor. I'm getting tired. Amphi, don't lose heart yet. We are almost at the top floor, where the head boss, whoever they may be, is at. Auditorium, right. Let's end this. When they got to the 14th floor, they were greeted by a red-haired man who had a powerful trident in his hand for fighting. Rufus. I am Rufus, head of security. No one gets to the boss without a pass. Sana, such fine hair. Why don't you join Sean, huh? Anfi, Christian would welcome you with open arms. Martron is done. You don't have to throw your life away here. Toron, shocked that they would think of recruiting in a town like this. Rufus, sorry, gotta decline those offers. Now, no pass, you die. Then Rufus jumped fast and high and threw his powerful trident at them. At the men. Then they all dodged and began to fight the 25-year-old guard. Rufus was a very strong young man who gave these old guys some trouble, but Otarion rallied them all to stand up and fight for their clans. This worked, and the old leaders managed to push back against the youth, who then fell down out the window to the outside. Return. Such a waste. Sana, indeed. Let's move. Then the three of them went to the elevator to the top floor. There waiting on them were two men that guarded the door where the CEO of the Marktron Company office was. These men were 61-year-old head researcher Max and 55-year-old head scientist Lucius. Waiting on them, Max had a pinwheel and a big paintbrush as weapons, while Lucius had a handgun. Max, it seems that our best inventions have failed to kill these three Lucius. Lucius, right. I guess we have to do this ourselves. And avenge Lagoon. Turn. Tell me it was you lot who made that planet destroy weapon that ended Bosch. Lucius, it was the idea of our CEO to give the plans to another enemy of Anjosika in order to keep our hands free from blame. Max, telling Nabina to target Bosch and to say it was a small minor planet worked on those naive fools. The Civic also played their part well. Anfi, I don't believe it. Zana, our suspicions about you guys are right. I only regret not finding this place sooner. Now come. Your pits in hell are awaiting you. The men began to fight. As Anfi and Upturn ran from Lucius' gunfire, Zana blocked the pinwheel attacks with his bare hands and grabbed the brush from Max's hand and stabbed him in the head with it. Lucius was scared at the sight and looked away. Anfi then saw a chance and rushed Lucius with a quick slash of his sword. Anfi cut off Lucius's head clean. With that, it was all over, and only the CEO was left standing. So Otero wanted to be the one to get this kill and finally put a close to this long chapter. However, when they opened the door, they found another robot firing at them. The three men dodged in different directions as Upturn jumped up and cut the robot into pieces. Upturn, it's finally over. Alfie, yes, but the head of the Marktron Company was just another robot? Which doesn't sit well with me. Sana, yes, something is amiss here. Could the real CEO have gotten away somehow? Or was he or she already dead before we got here? But the answer to those questions will come from one man whose reappearance would change the entire universe as a whole and blow the minds of the three leaders. A screen dropped down from the window, and an old man appears on it. Enter the mastermind. Azero Oblong. Good day, gentlemen. It's been so long since we last met. Tell me, how are things in the Androsican Empire now? It seems kind of weird that you lot toppled one empire to serve another. Sana, awestruck. It can't be. Anfi, trying not to faint. No way. Aperion. But how? You're dead. We all saw you die. How can you still be alive? And be, by the looks of it, you have been alive this whole time. Azuro. Well then. Well, when you have friends with power giving holy water, cloning technology from another allied universe, and a will to have a backup company that not even my own family knew about, then you could say I have lived very well. Zano, so you cloned yourself that day? You and the Lagoon loyalists invaded our meeting to try to kill us? Ezreal, yes, old fool. I would have never gone in there with such a low plan as to simply kill you a lot back then. I knew that the flaws were in the universe before the Lagoons knew. I also met with different parties in different universes after finding the light portals and learning much about the great power. So I had an insurance policy in case Anjosika won the war, which they did. Can you guess what that is? I'm turning on, walking closer to the screen. Bah, Sudi. You knew that somehow He was the father of the two founders. And based your whole life around that, didn't you? Zero. Clapping. Well done. Someone has been doing their homework on me. Don't think I don't know about you being obsessed with destroying my clan. Eh? Get serious and angry looking. As long as I live, that will never happen. Then all of a sudden, an explosion started going all over the building. The screen where Zero was on went off, and it was clear what was going on. Anfi. It seems that Zero wants to make good of his threat. He is destroying the building with us inside. Sana, thinking fast. Thinking fast. Quick, men, we have to jump. Now turn. From way up high? Sana, if we don't, we'll perish. And I don't like what Zero is cooking up. And we still don't know the full extent of his plan. So the three men raced out of the room through the window as the final explosion began to destroy the rest of the building. The Marchon Company was at last no more, but its founder and CEO, Zero Obilong, was done with the company as he was heading off to his ship to carry out the rest of his long-awaited plan. Now 99 years old, and with long gray hair, the holy water that Ba Suri gave him a newfound strength. The three leaders survived the fall by some miracle and went to pursue Zero before he can escape. When they finally caught up to Zero, he had one more surprise in store for them. Zero, well done, you three. I am not surprised at all that you made it. I prefer to end you all myself. Leaders gear up for battle. But my blaster alone won't be enough to punish you, traitors. No, my old friends shall help me in this. Come, you, Baha. Then, like from a horror film, you, Adu Amma, 43, and Baha Suri, 59, who are thought to be dead long ago, now stood side by side with a Zero and looked stronger than ever. Afi, now I'm going to faint. Sana, he truly looks like the father of founders. Alterion, you son of a bitch. You, how dare you return from the dead when so many good people are gone? You, I don't know how I'm alive, but with my blade and blaster, I shall fight for my friends, Baha and Master Obilong. Baha, I still have my Pendra sword, but this newfound power is within me. I don't think I need to fight. Zero, readying his big blaster gun. Come, let us end these three traitors' clans and usher in a new era in our own design. In fact, the heated matchup began as all six men gave it their all. It was clear that the newly found Suri trio was too much for all leaders as they fell one by one, and Fi's sword couldn't match that of Pendra's sword and was sent flying. Arterial tried to end you, but used quick slashes and fast bullets proved too much for him to take. Sana was the last one standing alone. He was the oldest out of the three of them. At 75, he knew that Zero was after his head, so he used whatever strength he had and grabbed his two friends up and ran to their ship. Zero gave chase, determined to destroy Sana personally. Zero, there is no escape for you, fool. He fires his gun. Bam, bam, bam. Alterion then came to and was panicking. How could everything go wrong so fast? Then Zara threw Alterion and Amphi inside their ship and told them to run and warn the Empire. Alterion was in tears as he watched helplessly as Zero gunned down his former lord and friend, Sanashron, right in front of his eyes. Unable to do anything else, they left Lagoon Galaxy and escaped. Zero, walking back to his friends triumphantly. Now the last of the original three clan leaders that rebelled against Lagoon are all dead. This is my payback on behalf of the Lagoon and Lady Catherine. What I do from here on out is what I want to do. And Jozuka is next on my hit list. Gets closer to the ship. Rufus, are you coming? Rufus, somehow surviving his fall. Yes, Lord Oberon. I'm right behind you. With this, the age of Bahasudi's vengeance had officially begun. As for the four of them set out to the final battleground at the Tower of Surimacho in the Sudi Galaxy.